And hello, what's up, everyone? We are live. This is Fun Speculation Podcast Ultimate in the PM on a Thursday night here. It is August the 14th. Thank you all for tuning in because we have some fun things to talk about. Usually I wait till Thursday, like the morning of, to kind of think about the main topic of the show, or like what we're going to be talking about, unless there's like massive news, like earth-shattering news where it's like, but yeah, this one I kind of knew earlier this week. I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what, I kind of think I know what we're already going to talk about. So already came up with a thumbnail idea earlier this week, and Kate ran with it today. So thank you to my beautiful wife Kate for making that thumbnail, because I think it's time for a new era. And we're going to get into that a little bit. And I think actually the new era is beginning and kind of begun. And it's kind of what I want to discuss a little bit. No, there's my beautiful wife's hands there. You see him on the camera. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat for joining in. We're going to have some fun tonight. Pong's here. Fuzzy's on his way. I don't know who else may hop in, but you never know. Jasper may, or I don't know if he said if he's going to be here tonight or not, but we'll see. But yeah, we're going to have a good time tonight. Shout out to everybody that is here. I see Web Dave, Be Nice, Damn Good 75, Prey Grasso, Rob C, Fuzzy Tomato, Masshole, Talking with Bob. What's up? Jesse James, how's it going? Anybody else there in the chat I missed? Appreciate you all being here as well. And yeah, let's get to intros. The one and only other half of what was once called PM in the PM, or the captain who is sharing his seat with me as we're down to one show now, Pong Soul. What's up, Pong? Oh, you're on mute, bro. There you go.
Push the button. Sorry,
yeah,
you relieved me of command. That's fine. Yeah, it's something.
Yeah.
Hey,
I've silenced you.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to be here. Welcome everybody. Glad to be here. I'm combining all my words together. I don't know, Mav. You still got the side business. I can't believe Caitlin still hasn't done the feet thing. She could make a lot of money. We'd probably get a lot of super chats instead of her hands if she just puts her feet in the cameras.
Yeah, we've thought about it, like the foot stuff.
A little side gig. Just a little extra, man, for nothing. For nothing. Showing your feet.
Yeah, she has, trust me, she has $1 million feet.
That's what I'm saying. She takes care of those.
Was it somebody actually on
paid.
Didn't somebody on a random stream at one point actually super chat and ask for that? Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yes,
but it was like
a running joke.
It was like in like Brazilian or something. So like it was like 35 cents. We realized. So we didn't realize that at the time, but it was like turned out to be 35 cents So
It's just easy money, bro. God,
yeah.
women got it easy nowadays. They can make money doing nothing. Here's my feet.
Rem-
And they're still like, I don't want to do that. What? Feet? There was a
Remember?
market for guys' feet. Oh shit, you'd be seeing my feet
Oh,
everywhere. Anyways.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, no, you
What?
don't want to see mine. Do you remember when 35 cents could buy you a candy bar?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you go to the
Bro,
grocery
I'm
store,
older
it's
than
like
you.
4 for $1.
Yes.
It's like, you know
All
how
the
much a
time,
fucking
brother.
candy bar is now? It's like no, it's
I
like
know.
250. If you go to like the gas station, it's like 250 for a fucking candy bar.
McDonald's is still the worst. Like I just can't believe it, bro. I used to eat I used to eat so much at McDonald's, like, and I would spend like $11, $12. And now I go for one meal and it's like $17. It's
Yeah.
like, for what? What? What are we
Yeah, for
doing?
McDonald's.
It's
Yeah.
nuts.
And
Yeah,
the
for
fast food
McDonald's,
places
but
are the same price as a lot of like the restaurants now. Like
yes. Yeah, it feels
for
like
like
you're
a
going
burger
out to eat.
meal. Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like you're going out to eat. It's crazy. Anyways, I know. The past is always better. Us old guys always say it. It just is what it is. It's true. I know people try to downplay it, but it's true. Again, we came from a different time. Kids just don't realize it. Anyways, glad to be here, everybody. Happy Thursday night. Welcome to the Fun Speculation Ultimate, not PM into PM fun show tonight on Thursday. So we're gonna come up with a name at some point here. But no, I like the Fun Speculation podcast. We'll just roll with that. Yeah, not a busy week this week at all. As far as gaming news goes, I've been ultra busy, just kind of waiting for Battlefield 6 to reopen up. I was thankful when I found out they were going to reopen it up tonight. I'm not going to have time tonight, but tomorrow I should have some time, and then Steele and I are going to roll again Saturday morning. So going to get some more beta time in, which is great.
Mhm.
I did play a couple games of Rush before we came on. I got home early enough. They did screw up Rush, for anybody wondering, at least in the vast majority of people that I've been seeing talking about Rush all day today, and then trying it twice. Yeah, 12v12, small map, that ain't Rush. That's not Rush. It's and cutting up just a piece of one of your other maps and calling it Rush doesn't work. You have to specifically kind of build a map around Rush. That's what Battlefield 3 and Bad Company 2 did so well. A lot of people were excited for Rush to come back, and I've seen a lot of disappointment today. And this doesn't kill my hype. There's a lot of other modes to play in Battlefield that are absolutely kick ass right now, right? So I'm disappointed. Obviously, I hope they will fix this. I hope they will take the feedback. Obviously, this is a beta. I hope they have some time to work on it, or in the future, at least develop some maps around Rush if this game obviously takes off the way that it looks like it may take off at this point. But I can see why people are disappointed. 12v12 is not good. And again, the way the maps are cut, like, no. And again, it's beta. It is what it is.
It's surprising because Breakthrough is so good. So it's like, why not just like it use
in a lot
kind
of ways,
of the
it's kind of the same.
Yeah, it's very similar. Like, so it surprises me why they went the different direction with Rush.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, we got a long. I mean, again, it's coming out in October, so we don't have a long time before launch. But we have this game's looking like it's going to have a long life cycle versus 2042's kind of choppy life cycle. So I think we got time. Again, I want to see water maps come back in, and I hope they will bring them because there's some amazing. Again, Rush with boats screaming down the river while you got tanks and helicopters rolling in. Yeah, I want some big maps. I want some water maps, but that all will come in the future. I am happy with what we are getting. The beta still feels great. I popped in, no queue, got right in, found a match right away, rocking and rolling. Everything's feeling good. I got to play some more again. I only played 2 matches, but I'll have plenty in by the end of Saturday afternoon. So other than that, Mav, it was demo week for me. So I've been playing some demos. Hell is Us. That's a new one coming out. I got to play more of the demo. But what an interesting game. I shouldn't say love. I generally like survival type games, right?
Yeah.
But you give me like an RPG-esque type game, Mav, but you give me no mini map, no map markers, and say go find your way, and you got to look for clues and shit. I'm pretty cool with that kind of stuff, and that's how this game opens up. I've seen the combat. I haven't gotten the combat yet, but I kind of played through the opening part of it, and so far, I'm digging this freaking game, man. I am definitely digging this game. Like I said, I'm gonna play more of the demo and check it out, but it is on Xbox, it's on PlayStation, it's on PC, it's everywhere right now. So you guys can go get those, download the demo and try it out for yourself. But I think it's worth a try just to see if it's something that you're going to like. So yeah, I would definitely check that out. That's Hell Is Us. What else did I check out this week? I know I checked out a couple more things. I'm looking. Oh, Gothic 1 remake. I tried that
Oh
demo
yeah,
as
I
well.
haven't had a
There's
chance
a demo
to...
for that.
Does it does it hold true in the best and the worst ways to the original?
Oh, okay. Okay. This isn't final release. This is demo. I haven't looked into it yet. But I play it on Series X. They have unlimited frame mode with VRR and everything. Maybe 25 frames at points, Mav, on the Series X.
Wow.
Like, I'm
very
like,
unoptimized.
Whoa. Bro, I was like, you gotta be like, and there's no points where I feel like I'm at that, even at that 40 mark, it doesn't even feel that smooth. It feels like it's hanging around 30. I'm like, well, if this is the case, I'll be picking it up on PC. Yeah. Okay, because I'm like, this is Series X. And I turned off, I turn off blur. I turn off all the shit that usually affects that kind of stuff, that even boosts it a little bit better. And I was like, oh. And then I tried it on locked 60 as well. I turned it to cap at 60 as well. Didn't help.
Right.
So I'm like, okay. So that was ding. That was a ding right out the gate. However, Mav, if you're asking me what they've done with this game, they have certainly updated like the controls. They have updated the graphics. But they have left all of the AA jank that you and I love in our old school RPGs in this game. I felt like I was playing a high-res version of the old game. Like, that's basically what it comes down to, with slightly improved animations and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But all the jank, the combat, the weird the weird combat from back in the day and how it felt and looked like.
Oh yeah, it's just the all over the place.
Combat. Yeah, just you got that. You got all that. And it feels like what we got out of a lot of games like Two Worlds, Gothic, all these types of games that came out when Risen, right? I almost picked that up too. That's on sale again too. The new one or the updated one. That all came out right after Bethesda kind of started making it big, right? And Western RPGs started, and we know they had all the copycats come out and try that formula. And Mav and I love them. Now, some people hate them. Again, Two Worlds has got like a 50 rating, and Mav and I both love
Two Worlds is amazing. Because it was co-op, right? So it was co-op, janky Oblivion.
Can you imagine a kid nowadays, Mav, who doesn't come close to our generation, firing that game up and seeing what we were trying to play?
Could you imagine a digital Foundry report on Two Worlds if they existed? And like doing a console comparison and like all that shit? Yeah, it just would be.
And yet we played for hours and hours and hours of these games. So anyways, Gothic, again, like I said, if this is what we're going to get, the frame-wise, then I'm going to pick it up on PC. But this will be on my wish list. This is something I will pick up down the road for sure, Mav, because it is the beautiful AA Western RPG copycat Bethesda janky game that we both love. And it's actually kind of difficult. If you remember Gothic, starting out was definitely difficult. That was the other thing about the AA side of these games. They didn't hold your freaking hand at all, Mav. And you're starting out. And my first weapon here, Mav, is a pickaxe. And I'm killing mole rats in the caves with pickaxes. And it ain't easy swinging that fucking pickaxe around, bro. So I personally enjoyed the hell out of what I played outside of the frame rate issues on Gothic 1. So again, it will be on my, I guess I was expecting like a little bit more, but that's okay.
So they're making a new one also, right? Or
No,
is it
this
just
is
the
the
remake? Okay.
this is the remake. Like
Right.
this is
So
the
there's not a
actual remake. And then
gothic new
no,
gothic game besides the remake. Okay.
no, no. And then they're re-releasing the trilogy next year. Remember as well.
Yeah.
The old school trilogy is coming back as well. So no, but this is their actual remake. So, and then I tried. Oh, why did it disappear now? Why would it disappear? Hold on. It disappeared off my Xbox app. I had to look at my Xbox app to remember what this one was called. Uh, Deck. Hold on. This one. Hold on. I think it's Dead Zone. Dead Zone Rogue. Dead Zone
Dead
Rogue.
Zone Rogue.
Yes. Hey, listen. Um, if you like Killing Floor and you like Halo or any other sci-fi first-person shooter, go check out Dead Zone Rogue. It is a roguelite first-person shooter. You can play co-op as well, but you're basically going through levels and the enemies get harder and harder, but you're acquiring weapons or abilities and you can swap out. There's loot on the floor, so you can get better armor, you can get better weapons, you can get all that kind of shit. Plays really well. Performance-wise is great. Looks like your standard sci-fi first-person shooter. You're in like a space station, right? That's where the levels are set. Enemies are your basic enemies up front. Again, I haven't played a whole lot of levels, but as you play through, you earn, and then when you die, you can improve and upgrade your skills, upgrade different starting points. You can start with better weapons, etc., like a roguelike. So go check it out. The demo's on the Xbox Store right now. I forgot about this game, or I think I did hear about like Future Game Show last year or something. I always say the Future Game Show because there's like 200 games at that thing every single year, and I always forget which ones are in there. But these are the types of games that show up there that I always go, ooh, that one looks pretty dope. Because again, it's not AAA. It's not from this big time, developer. But if you like Killing Floor and Halo / any kind of sci-fi first-person shooter, go check out Dead Zone Rogue and just download the demo. Again, no risk. Just go. It's dope. I really liked it. I enjoyed the shooting. Again, it's not AAA, but I enjoyed the shooting. I enjoyed everything about the game. So that's what I've been playing this week. Demos. And then a beta.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, cool.
I
Who jumped in here, Jaspy?
I did. I want to say hello to the one and only Space Explorer, Lore Jasper. What's up, dude?
Yo, how's it going? Yeah, had to finish my Battlefield match before I could hop in, so that's what I was doing.
I figured something like that. Fuzzy's gonna be hopping in here in a little bit too. But yeah, you had a good week?
Yeah, it's fine, I guess. Just doing stuff that I can't talk about. So
Yeah. Did you get your car back yet?
Yeah, I got it back yesterday.
Okay, cool. Is it seem like they did a good job? Because sometimes you get your car back
Yeah,
from something like that, and it's like this isn't right,
It looks good. The only thing that I noticed is I think because it was on the left side, I think the left headlight is just angled like ever so slightly down, so it's not like perfect.
Oh, okay.
Like the light itself, like if you're driving at night, you can tell that.
Yeah, it's like
just
pointing
slightly lower.
down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right on, man. Well, thanks for being here. Playing anything, or are you just caught up in your very top secret job?
So I played the beta, and then I waited a week, and I started playing the beta again. That's all I've done.
Yeah.
Good choice, sir. Good choice.
What did you like overall? Because you're a pretty harsh critic, right? Especially on shooters. And I say that, but then you loved Crossfire X, so I don't know what to think.
He is never gonna live that one down.
I know. I don't know what to think really, but usually you're pretty hard on these games. Now you've seen the kind of everybody's like, oh, Battlefield 6 is fucking amazing, right? And we had a chance we played on Thursday last week, right? So, but overall, what's your impressions after a week sitting on it?
I still need to play with the weapons a little bit more because I kind of just use the same gun, so I need to experiment with the weapons a bit more. But I'm just kind of waiting for the full game because there's not really a point because you just lose all your levels anyway. But But overall, I'm really enjoying it because it reminds me of like the Battlefield 3 like kind of close range maps where you could just like hide in random buildings and like all the walls fall down and just like I just love the close range kind of aspect of Battlefield in the city environments, and
Yeah.
that's kind of what most of the maps are.
Right on, man. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to play today since it came back up, but yeah, last week I was having a blast. I was like addicted to that game. You know, it was a lot of fun playing with you guys again too, because we haven't done that in a while. So I have a feeling once this game actually officially launches, there'll be quite a bit of that for a little while at least. But yeah, man, I've been playing Madden.
Yeah, that comes out
Yeah,
this week, doesn't it?
yeah, I picked it. I went ahead and picked it up. Started with the trial, but I was loving it so much that like I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and get it. You know, so I gotta say, like, you know, I played Madden every fucking year since the '90s. You know, before like I ended up going from like NFL Game Day, you know, to Madden. It pretty much was my like crossover back in the day. You know, I played a lot of ESPN NFL 2K also, but I always got both games. You know, so I've been playing Madden forever and get it every year. I've been playing less the last few years than I traditionally have. It was always one of those that would be kind of one of my main at home games. You know, just kind of always there and always hopping on to play Madden when you know to get a match in or two or whatever online. But I haven't been doing that the last few years. But yeah, I gotta say overall, from even comparing to the last few games, like this Madden, like I've seen more improvements with this Madden than I think I've seen in a Madden game this generation.
Wait, Matt. So
Yeah.
college football comes back and suddenly Madden improves?
Yeah, well, I
Oh,
think well, I saw this
oh,
coming. I said it last year. That
what? We talked about it.
yeah. Like overall, I think now people are like, okay, it's the same fucking game every year. Same fucking. Traditionally in these sports games, there's going to be a lot of that because they're not going to completely tear down everything they've created and completely build a brand new game from scratch with all brand new animations, all brand new arena. You can't do that every fucking year.
They
right?
probably should. They probably should.
Well, yeah, you can't. It's impossible. Like they're not going to do that every
They should
fucking
probably leave the last generation behind.
right. So you know, it's a game
Anyway,
that you take the core base of what they built and you improve on it, and then maybe redo. Eventually, the brand new physics engine comes out, or a brand new this comes out, or whatever the new shtick is for that year, like flow motion 2.0, whatever bullshit thing they come up with, or you know.
Yeah.
But overall, like this year, just specifically the player animations, the physics of the way the players handle, bounce off of each other, that like the tackling, even like simple things like reaching for a first down, you know, when they're going down to the ground and stuff like that, like the different feeling for the way that different style of players play. The quarterback mechanics, the physics for the quarterback, the throwing motion, like I feel like overall, just in the general physics department of Madden, I feel like this was like a hurdle that they've made, not just like a slight progression. I feel like this was something I've been waiting for them to get to for a long time. That they've made kind of like an actual leap with gameplay. So I gotta say that just overall about Madden. So applaud them for that. You know, to actually make a substantial difference with the way the game actually plays. Now, people may disagree with that, but I'm feeling that when I play it. So, a super digging that. I'm probably gonna be playing more Madden this year than I have in a long time. So, really digging it.
So do I have to get my annual ass kicking from you in Madden? By the way,
Yeah, let me get a few more games in, you know, and then I'll be ready
just
for
what
you.
you need against me, really? Okay.
I'm a little rusty still, you know.
That's oh my. Okay, you could be 2 years removed and still coming to kick my ass at Madden. So, whatever. Anyways, I will make sure to have it downloaded. We'll have to set up a time to do our the annual Pong ass kicking.
If there was a counter for the thousands of hours I put into Madden, like last generation and the generation before and stuff, it would be insane. But this gen, not as much. So, you know, I'm starting to become more like I am with shooters. You know, like I'm okay. I'll kind of be in the middle, you know, but I'm not going to be like at the top of the boards or anything like that. Yeah. Fuzzy, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us, bro. How you doing?
Not too bad. Sorry for running a little bit late. Been running like a chicken with his head chopped off these past few weeks, and finally got the room painted, or all the painting touches I'm going to have done before the flooring comes in tomorrow. And then I can begin the process of moving stuff into that room again and my podcast setup. So yay.
You sound exhausted, nice. Fuzzy. You were just doing flooring right before the show. Oh man. I gotta applaud you for, you know, getting all that stuff done. It's a lot of work. Doing it all yourself.
Well, the people are coming in to do the flooring because I learned a long time ago. My knees are not that great. It was the painting and doing the trim and then getting stuff on the ceiling, and then coming to the realization I'm gonna have to paint the ceiling now because I didn't do a great job at taping off the ceiling. So it's like, yeah, I'm learning. This is my first time at attempting paint. Normally, in the past I've been the guy to hire, and it's like, yeah, I should be able to paint, right? You know, what's the big deal? It's like, it should be easy. Yeah, it's easy if you prepare well, but you know, first time for everything and made a bunch of mistakes, but baseboards are clean. I got all of that good, and got the windowsill and all that's good. The ceiling was the one that bit me big time, but maybe I'm too short. I don't know.
So Fuzzy, you've been playing House Flipper is basically what you're saying.
Pretty much. It's like like Remodel 101 or something. I don't know. It's it is tiring.
It's funny because like when I was a teenager, I was doing like painting fucking rooms and houses. Like my mom would just put everything on me. Like, we need to paint this room, so like paint the room. It's just like, Mom, can we have different color in my rooms? Like, yeah, paint it. You know, so like I painted so much back in the day. Like, she was like, hey, we need to replace the flooring. You can figure that out. Okay. Yeah, I've never done that before. Like 14-year-old me can figure out how to put brand new like engineered hardwood floor into this and take out all the carpet and stuff in this entire house. Sure, I'll figure it out. Hey, install the doggy door into the back patio. You got to cut the brick though. Okay, I'll figure that out. You know, all this stuff. But now it's like, I think I've forgotten how to do everything, because like anytime that there's anything like that, is like, we got to call somebody. You know, it's like we just painted my daughter's room, and it's just one room. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I got to call somebody to paint that fucking room. I'm not going to do it. Me and Kate painted my mom's entire house back in the like 2000s, early 2000s, I guess. When she first moved here, we painted my mom's entire house. Now I can't even fucking think about painting one room, man. I don't know. Is that an age thing? Because I would think like as you get older, you should be better at and more equipped to do that stuff. But I think I've regressed.
Or
I think
time is worth it.
Right.
Yeah. And the joints, like kneecaps and arthritis tend to set in. So yeah, I'd rather pay somebody next time. I learned I was doing it right
becoming
long
the
ago.
Old Man podcast.
Yeah, it is.
Pretty much.
Maybe that's the new name.
You know, midday naps and.
Just give us another 10 years, Jasper. Yeah. You're going to be like the youngest buck of all time out here, bro. You're simply like, yeah, I'm still out here partying. And we're all going to be like, geez, man, I'm getting ready for the home. What the hell?
Yeah.
You better slow down.
Yeah, you better slow down. You're going to hurt yourself.
Speaking of us being old, man, we've seen a lot of eras change with gaming, you know. We had the good old 8-bit era, or for the original era of the arcades, you know. Then we had the 8-bit era, you know. You had the 16-bit, and you came with we got disc-based games then, you know. Then we had what's this, online on a console? Oh my god, with subscription services. One thing that's maintained throughout all of those eras, though, ever since consoles came out, was the console wars and the console era of exclusivity and all these kind of things, man. And it's kind of, I think that's been a very persistent thing over the last 40 years. Really? 40 years, if you really think about it. And things are changing pretty drastically. I would say, obviously it started, going into like a year or so ago, when Xbox started doing their thing. Now we've had these reports, more so from PlayStation. Also, they're even sit down talking about it in their own kind of like podcast interview, which was like deja vu from the Xbox thing that they had before, and talking about, we're going to be handling this with very intentional and all this other kind of stuff. And then we have news of Helldivers 2 coming to Xbox as a Halo crossover on it, even. Yeah. And like that got me really thinking about the new era that we're kind of stepping into. Comes with some new possibilities with this stuff also. Now, some of this pissed Pong off because he's a grumpy old man and he just wants new Killzone and Halo games, ODST games specifically.
Oh, shame on me.
Yeah, no, everybody. It's okay.
There was a comment about that, by the way. I was like, bro, really? Like, oh, I'm so sorry for wanting new games. I apologize.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah. But overall, man, I think this is kind of like one of the biggest shifts and eras we've had in gaming in the last 40 years. I would say going from arcades into the home was the biggest shift. And then now we're kind of going into this games everywhere, accessibility everywhere kind of thing. And the more going beyond being stuck to a device in the home, instead that's just a component of it. And the platform holders are seeing more value in being in more places, and then instead of just selling you the box, that's kind of this gate-kept storefront. So yeah, that's kind of I wanted to talk about the possibilities of what that could be. Like we've already seen now the crossover thing with Helldivers coming to Xbox, a Halo crossover. PlayStation Studios PlayStation is publishing a game on Xbox, made not from their first party team, but from a second party developer, Arrowhead Games, but it's published by PlayStation. And PlayStation is publishing and paying for work to be done for Halo content in a game. That is crazy. Just ultimately that just sounds insane. Like if you would have said that 15 years ago, PlayStation will be having Halo content in one of their published games that's going to be also put on Xbox. It'd been like, nah, I don't see that happening. Halo was like, like you were talking Pong, they wanted Killzone to be their Halo. Killzone was the promoted to be the Halo killer. You remember that? They could never do it. They abandoned making first-person shooters forever because they failed at it. And then
still, absolutely great game and gorgeous.
I know a lot of people loved it. I didn't like it, but it's fine.
Oh, I loved it. And it was still gorgeous. It was beyond gorgeous. It was freaking. The graphics in that were amazing. Anyways, sorry.
Yeah, no, good. So generally, I like you're weren't as excited for the crossover, Pong, because you're like, hey, screw the crossovers. I just want them to make a new ODST, and I guess there was Killzone stuff in there too, right? And yeah. So like you wanted them to make a new Killzone. I don't think the Halo aspect, like, because they're making new Halo games, right? But they're not making new Killzone games that we know of.
New ODST games. If a new ODST game is announced, I will admit I was wrong. So continue.
Okay. But overall, does this crossover make you think about the future of gaming in any kind of way, about like what's now possible with the exclusivity melting away that wasn't possible before, because you have different studios now able to work on these franchises that were kept away.
Yeah.
Even if it's crossover content or like some kind of special thing, like, you know, Sea of Thieves had PlayStation stuff on there when they Sea of Thieves on PlayStation.
Right.
Does that get you thinking at all about it? Like, or it's just like, whatever.
Yeah, I don't think the wars are over. I mean, I do console wise, but I think the PC fanboys are getting a bunch of reserves coming up from the Xbox side of things, and so I think it'll be the PC versus PlayStation wars at this point, going forward, because the goalposts always move, and people will find a way to argue about this shit. But as far as the content goes, of course, I think that the gated garden, or the walled garden, I should say, that's been up around this industry for decades upon decades, basically since almost inception, with exclusivity, we haven't seen a time where it's really come down like this, right? And so if this is truly the end of that era, and everybody's going to, outside of Nintendo, because again, Nintendo's not going to open up. Don't care what anybody says, Nintendo's not going to open up. If that's going to actually happen, then, and everybody is just a third-party publisher and dev, then why wouldn't you combine forces and do crossovers? Or why, dormant IP like Killzone, why wouldn't you let somebody else use it for a very specific purpose, right? Why couldn't you have in the future dev teams from across PlayStation and Xbox first party combine forces to make some type of, let's say, Halo versus Killzone game, right? I'll just throw some bullshit out there, right?
Crazy.
Yeah, that would be crazy, right? But I think that does open up the possibilities, because we've seen other dev teams across this industry, other third-party devs, use each other's IPs and sign deals. We're seeing a bunch of crossover shit right now. In fact, especially in the Japanese side of things, where they pull from different IP and put them in their games, right? Nier Automata has been used basically everywhere you could put a sexy android girl in. Like, that's happened on the JRPG side at this point, right? I have a feeling we're going to see Eve from Stellar Blade everywhere as well. So this already happens in this industry. So yeah, if we're just kind of looking at it from the standpoint of PlayStation, Xbox, yeah, there's a ton of different stuff you could do. This was the easiest crossover, and again, they had already done Killzone for Helldivers, which obviously being a Sony game, of course they're gonna do that. But everybody was clamoring because, like you said, Mav, I mean, Starship Troopers and Halo are probably two biggest influences on Helldivers. So it just is natural. In fact, a lot of the Helldiver armor already looked like ODST armor when you put it on. So yeah, just do something official. But I think that if you're just talking about specifically about what's happening with the console wars and kind of everything breaking down, yeah, of course, this is going to get me excited. Like I said, I want to see new games from this IP. And, my post was specifically because somebody had posted, I forget who it was, that, that Helldivers officially becomes the only game that has both Killzone and Halo in it, basically a PlayStation IP and an Xbox IP in the same game. And it's kind of true. But when I looked at that, I was like, well, yeah, it's cool. And, I'm happy for both fandoms that they get to play those games. But I was pissed off that I'm looking at Sony or PlayStation and Xbox, $2 billion companies. They think that there's enough fans out there to support these types of crossovers with these two IP. And again, I look at ODST almost as a separate IP from Halo. Yes, I know it's in there, but I'm just saying ODST was such a different game from your regular Halos. It's my favorite Halo game. And I just look at it as different. And they're not using that. And again, there's a fan base that wanted that. And on the PlayStation side, there's a fan base that's been calling for Killzone to come back, that miss Killzone. And these companies thought it was big enough deal to have those crossovers in here. Go make a fucking new game for the fans, man. Again, I'm not asking for the biggest ass game, $500 million budget deals. Just bring back these IP that you're not using. I've clamored for unused IP for a long time. So I looked at it and I just, it's cool, but ultimately it's more of a kind of like a middle finger to both fandoms. Like, well, we get skins. We get skins in another game. Oh, okay. All right, great. Cool. But that was my point on my post. But yeah, man, overall, I think that what you're talking about is true. I didn't even really consider that fact. But now that you've brought it up, of course, why would you not do things that make sense? Like for the longest time with the walled garden, we get exclusive games from third-party developers with exclusive characters, right? Soul Calibur, right? Soul Calibur is a perfect example, right? Which was cool as shit, right? It was cool. It was a great idea.
Yeah, you had like Yoda on one, and you had Darth. I think
Yoda
Darth Vader on. Yeah,
for PlayStation, etc. And then
on the
Link,
GameCube.
Link was for the GameCube, correct? And I thought that was always cool. That was cool. This right here, if this is truly the final ending here, and we kind of wind this all down, why? If everybody's making money and it's promoting your IP to everybody, and everybody's putting their stuff everywhere, then yeah, why do devs not do this more often? Right? Like I said, we see it the Japanese side of things a lot, crossovers. Why aren't more devs thinking of this shit? Because I think there is a lot of opportunity to add, add whole side quests based around somebody else's IP character, right? I know everybody's really protective of IP, and I know we don't want it used in certain ways, and I know, oh God, it's got to be represented the proper way and shit. But to me, if you're not using the IP anyway, who the hell cares? But yeah, I think they should start talking about this stuff, because I think there would be a lot of opportunity to bring a lot of cool kind of concepts around. Again, I'll throw Aliens versus Predator became a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was like, again, when we originally got Aliens the movie, and then we got Predator the movie, it's not like we were all sitting around going, holy shit, wouldn't it be cool if these two came across each other? But then it just kind of happened, and somebody thought of that idea and brought that together, and it was like one of the coolest concepts, and it lives on to this day that actually
you could say the same
That's
thing with like
world.
King Kong and Godzilla as well.
King Kong is the monster movies. I think that would be awesome. I'm all for it. If this is what's going to start happening and it goes beyond just even skins, absolutely. Yes, please. Again, I just want more games. I just want more games. I want cooler games. I want this shit to be used. So yes, I am all for this, Mav, 1000%. I blabbed enough. Whatever.
No, you're good, man. Yeah, I think like overall it's like the walled garden, the gatekeeping of titles to sell consoles was always like an important thing, right? And content is always going to be important, especially for any platform or ecosystem. But as the ecosystems branch out beyond just those boxes now, like it's more enticing for them to put your games in other places and all this other kind of stuff. So at that point, if your games are in these other places anyway, well, like, hey, let's embrace that. And let's show love to the communities that are playing these new franchises that have been kept away from them with some awesome shit. And that's kind of what I see with, Halo content with Helldivers 2 is that it's like, well, this was partly inspired by this franchise to begin with. We're now putting our game to this fan base that's been kept away from it and is one of the more successful multiplayer games PlayStation has made. And now we're going to pay homage to the place that we're putting our game, but also what inspired it. So that's pretty awesome to me. So I thought it was pretty cool to see.
And let's be real, it is a massive incentive for Xbox players to buy Helldivers 2 now as well. And you saw that the minute that was teased, the sentiment around the Xbox community was like, holy shit, they're actually going to do this. Like, you are I mean, there was going to be already a lot of Xbox people who are excited to play Helldivers 2. There's no doubt about it. This whole idea that Xbox players don't buy games is bullshit, and this is going to blow it out of the water. I think it's going to sell very well on Xbox, but this just added another big time selling point for an entire fandom to say, come on in, we got your ODST.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you talk about Halo shit too. That's a way to sell to Xbox gamers, right? Jasper, did that? You like Helldivers 2? You may have played more than any of us, I think. or maybe Steel did.
Yeah, Steel did for sure, but
Okay.
I'm probably like right
behind him.
bit.
Like overall, does seeing that, does it like tickle your fancy to want to dive back in?
I mean, I'm sure I'll jump back in, but I'm not going to pay money for any of it. I don't know if it's just the older me, but a lot of it, like growing up, like the crossover stuff seemed cool, but I guess just because everything's doing it now, it's not special anymore. And also like Call of Duty and other games like that have kind of ruined it, where they just go completely off the walls.
There's a balance, or there's a certain line. Like some of them, like I think Call of Duty is trying to do the Fortnite thing, where it's like, hey, we just have everything. This is a universe of just random pop culture shit, and I don't know, it doesn't fit COD.
Especially like those kind of games, like that's why I'm happy Battlefield's not doing that shit, at least right now. Because I want the games to be like themselves at the end of the day, and not just like, oh, let's just put every fucking character from ever made in one game, because then it's just like, it's not special. It's just like, oh, cool.
But do you think that this fits better than most crossovers? Like,
well, I mean, yeah, because they're basically ODST anyway. So,
yeah, I mean, that's kind of like, I think it like makes sense for this game especially. But do you think, now you just said you're not excited for crossovers, but in general, like in the future with the exclusivity kind of melting away and stuff, do you see a pathway where there's interesting shit that we never really thought of that could happen? Because I didn't ever see this coming.
It depends on how you do the crossover. Like if it's just a skin, it's kind of whatever. But if you do like exclusive content, like I guess I'll use Forza as an example, because they had the Halo mission where like if you make actual good content within that universe in your game, then I'm okay with it. But if it's just like a skin or whatever, then it's like I'm not gonna fucking spend $25 for a suit that I'm gonna use one time.
What about like Pong was talking about, like a co-publishing deal on a game or something, or just some shit like that? Like I don't know, man.
Well, are you saying like the Helldivers teams makes like a ODST game themselves?
I mean, you kind of, or you just take, either you're taking IP and giving it to another dev from what used to be your former,
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with that.
If they're gonna or if they kind of collaborate on a game and kind of combine forces too between.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. Yeah. That seems cool.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, I just don't know what game it would be. Like I would try and rack my brain. Like there's a million. Like I would say it could be more beneficial for PlayStation with shooters. Like to have some of an Xbox dev that has a history making good shooters, to make them one with their IP also. You know what I mean? Like PlayStation help with get a live service game going, developed by an Xbox studio, and it's kind of like a co-published thing, released everywhere all at once. Could be pretty dope. Anyway, Fuzzy, what about you, man? Did you ever play Helldivers on PC?
Yeah,
you played with
I remember playing with you. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I might have a horrible memory. Oh, what do you think, man? Are you gonna dive back in Halo?
I'm on the fence on picking it up a second time, just because I'm in the process of buying a whole bunch of other different games that are coming. But yeah, I'll definitely hop back in. I already bought it on Steam. I wasn't going to buy it on PlayStation directly because my experience with Destiny was not the greatest on PlayStation as far as communication with, randoms or whatever kind of deal. But yeah, it's cool that these companies are doing it. I honestly, more so than like Xbox and PlayStation doing crossovers, I really wish more other publishers would do crossovers or continue to do crossovers or revisit ones that they've done in the past. Perfect example being like Street Fighter versus Capcom versus, SNK or something along those lines. Mm-hmm. Like a new one with modern day graphics, like the what was it? I forget the one from SNK now, but like just having the updated version of that right now would be cool. But as far as like crossovers with IPs between PlayStation and Xbox, State of Decay 3 could really use what's his name from Days Gone. Have him as a special character that has a motorcycle, is good for finding resources, and does explosives or something like that. So
Yeah,
if
I
you
feel
add
like they
them to
should have
your
Walking Dead.
community, yes, add them to your community for like a demo guy or like a scout or something like that kind of deal. Um, there's tons of other ones. Like it might be a little bit of an older title to go with, but Recore have that character appear in something like Horizon 3 or whatever. I don't know how you exactly make it work as far as whether it's skins or a character that you can find in that world kind of thing. Like I like the side mission idea that Pong was saying earlier, but I don't know. There aren't as many crossovers as I would like to see. Like on the racing front, there's only a feature I wanted added to Motorsport that's in GT7, and that's the custom races with the Sophie AI and stuff like that, where you can use your own cars. But everything else, I kind of wish maybe some of the stuff that um is in Forza would be copied into GT7 as far as their
I
paint
guess
booth now.
the
Go
perfect example of a crossover with like that is the Forza Fast and the Furious game. Like it was like Forza Horizon 3 or whatever, and they had like that Fast and Furious like separate game that came out.
Yeah. Yeah, something like
Like
that
if
would
you
be
do
pretty
more
cool.
shit like that, then I'm fine with it. But if it's just like skins, then it's like kind of whatever.
Maybe Halo Concord Edition. That'd be pretty dope.
Well, like my point with all of this is like there's certain times when certain things happen where it's like that's never happened before. And when something happens that's never happened before, it means that it's now possible to happen going forward. Like I remember on Xbox Factor podcast when we were on Boom Show a couple years back, and we had just found out that Outriders was going to be on Game Pass day one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And previous to that game, we didn't have any like big launch third party games hit Game Pass day and date. It was first party games and there was indie games, right? And smaller titles. And that was one that was a bigger game that had a lot of hype behind it, and it was like being promoted a lot. And then we found out that was going to Game Pass day and date. And I remember at the time being like, this means like holy shit. Like this is like new this means that like there's really nothing off the table at that point to where it's not a possibility for Game Pass to be getting big third-party games day and date. And because that was new possibilities. We talked about it on that show. This is for me another one of those moments that Helldivers 2 being put on Xbox and in and of itself is definitely one thing, because that is not it didn't have MLB behind it making this, pushing this, or didn't have, like because of the show, right? It didn't have other motives or anything like that. This was about, hey, we think our game is going to make more money by putting it on Xbox, and that's better for us as PlayStation, right? Now, this wasn't a legacy like Bungie type thing where it's like, hey, we're all of our stuff in the future is going to be on Xbox as well because we were acquired and we were in control of our own decisions with that stuff. And that's what kind of Bungie was saying after they were acquired by PlayStation. So we'll see what happens in the future with that. But this was PlayStation saying, hey, it's better for us to do this. But not only that, not only are we going to just put our game over there and we're going to just hope it does as good as it possibly can and sell our game to Xbox gamers, but we're actually going to put work in and investment into developing content that embraces the Xbox gamer as well. And that, for me, speaks more about the mindset of PlayStation and where the future's heading with content in general and possibilities of content and crossovers and different kinds of games coming to different kinds of places than anything I've seen before. Besides, obviously, the Xbox stuff going there. I'm talking about from PlayStation side, right? And we could say whatever we wanted to with the Xbox stuff going multi-plat and all, so that already kind of kickstarted this new era, right? But there was so many in denial that PlayStation would end up doing the same thing. That PlayStation would end up actually finding value to sell games to Xbox gamers. That there was no value in it for them. Why in the hell would they ever put their games on Xbox? Nobody owns an Xbox. Nobody buys games on Xbox. Nobody gives a shit about Xbox. Remember all this stuff, right? That's what all these people were saying. PlayStation thinks it has value. Sony thinks it has value. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing it, and they also wouldn't be investing in content specifically tailored for the Xbox gamer. So this tells you everything you need to know about the future of gaming. Now you can say, well, this is only multiplayer. Right, that's for now. That's for now. We've already seen plenty of indication about where they're headed going forward. But yeah, this is a new era, man. Like, this is like when it's one-sided, doesn't necessarily spark a new era in all of gaming for me necessarily. It's like one company deciding to kind of do something different. But both companies now going this direction. This is going to be a new era full of new possibilities for me, because now it's just like, can't predict what's going to happen. You can't predict what games are going to go to Xbox, what games are going to go to PlayStation, what the next Xbox console hybrid PC thing is going to be capable of playing. It's going to be potentially capable of playing every fucking thing that exists. Who knows? So what does PlayStation do with that? It's hard to predict that right now too. Everything is so different with all of this stuff, man. And I was thinking about that with the Helldivers Halo thing. It's like, man, new things are possible today than they were yesterday. And it's crazy to see. PlayStation funding Halo content. PlayStation funding Halo content. New Mombasa.
I mean, they had the thing in Destiny too.
Well, yeah, but that was like,
it was like
Bungie has like a history.
It was
there.
like, it was like fan fiction Halo content, but yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's just crazy to see, man. I think like I think about the future. Like, you talk about, okay, what if they did a fucking fighting, like, if they're partners more so than they're rivals or enemies in the hardware space, right? I think more so now than ever, they're more partners going forward than they are competitors. They were both before. They still did business with each other, but also they were competitors. I think more so than ever, they're becoming more partners than they are competitors. And with that, I think, okay, like you say, let's co-develop. What if they made a fucking fighting game? And it's like PlayStation characters versus fucking Xbox characters. You know, like, it'd be insane. It'd be badass. A kart racer. You have just a mishmash of fucking characters from all of them. And I think that would better serve gamers and fans than having everything so isolated and dedicated to where you can only play this experience or get these characters on this box, get this experience and get these characters on that box, and all that kind of stuff, man. I just like look at this as like, man, we got all these franchises now that who knows, you know? You mentioned the Days Gone character, Fuzzy. Like, put him in State of Decay with the motorcycle and stuff. You know, it'd be pretty sick, right? Like, it just there's so many cool things you could think of. On the opposite side, you know, put Marcus Phoenix into some fucking shit on PlayStation or whatever. Like, I don't know. It's like just cool stuff that I could think of. But man, Halo's the big one. The other part I want to talk about this was, man, did y'all see the excitement going on around Twitter when you saw Halo? I even saw PlayStation fans getting excited for that Halo crossover. And people say Halo doesn't matter. Now we're on the heels also of this Battlefield beta, which is taking the world by storm. And Halo, which is dead, which nobody cares about or anything anymore, comes out, and it's just a fucking crossover in this game. And it sets Twitter on fire. Like, holy shit, fucking Halo is in Helldivers? Oh my god. I thought people didn't care about Halo anymore. I think the hype and excitement, I saw people talking about Halo for days on Twitter now, doing polls, all this other kind of stuff. Now starting to think about, we're going to get new news of the new Halo game in October. We're going to I saw Gaz had a poll that was like, is Halo Studios capable of making a great Halo game? People are talking about fucking Halo now. That's the power of a crossover too, man. So anyway, do y'all think Halo has a chance to have a mindset resurgence that Battlefield has had?
It never went away. Like this concept no, if you're just talking on a mind, if you're just talking from a mind, mind share standpoint, right?
I don't want to interrupt you, but to Gaz's post, it was like, can they make a great Halo game? I'm like, well, to me, every Halo game was great. You could say this game was missing this or missing that, but every single one of them was great.
Even you would be able to.
I can nitpick for sure, but I'm not going to say Halo Infinite wasn't a great game.
But you'd be able to order them in a certain way, right?
Right.
Okay, all right.
But they're all, to me, they're still all great. Like Halo 1 was great, Halo 2 is great, Halo 3 is great, Halo 4 or 5, and Infinite. But yes, they definitely have their tiers between them.
Sure.
Right.
Sure, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's coming from a Halo fan. But I just think what's funny is this idea that Halo somehow still isn't in the mind share of gamers, or even the wider public as well. Like, people still know who Master Chief is. He's still one of the most recognizable characters in the history of fucking video games. This idea that because to a lot of people, there hasn't been that overwhelmingly well-received game from Halo or Halo Studios for a while now, that suddenly nobody, that Halo isn't recognizable or isn't popular anymore, is completely 1000% ridiculous. And this is coming from, again, the least, the casual Halo fan of this group. So I think this is wildly, predictable, that of course, when something like this is announced, Map, of course, there are going to be a bunch of gamers who are excited, right? Not talking just PlayStation fans or whatever the case you want to label, ponies, whatever, but just gamers in general, excited to see a natural crossover where the ODST show up in Helldivers, a great game unto itself, and people get to live out that power narrative, that power fantasy that they always had from Halo, and jump into Helldivers with that skin and feel like, oh shit, we got Halo inside Helldivers. Of course that's going to happen. Of course the conversations are going to fire up again. And that's why I've always said Halo, just because of the nature of the business, because of the industry itself, I've always said that Halo should never be expected to go back to like Halo 2 and Halo 3 popularity with people, with just mass millions of people just flooding into Halo at all times and playing that way. No, I think that time frame is over now because of where we're at with the industry. But can Halo still strike up excitement? Will the Halo game from whatever it winds up being from the new Halo Studios still get people hyped when they show that first teaser trailer? Fuck yeah, it will. And it'll even get me hyped because I still, again, as much as a casual fan as I am, the music shows up, like the sci-fi atmosphere, and you just know it's going to have that. Now, whether or not it's a great game, that'll be up for debate. But that still will drum up excitement. That still will drum up hype. Gamers will still go, holy shit, we're getting another Halo game. And so this idea that just it's all collapsed and it's all gone and nobody remembers Halo anymore, and it's just a forgotten franchise now, and it's never gonna sell anything, and it can't compete with anything. Bullshit, man. Bullshit. Again, it's on again, to me, even, it's on Mount Rushmore. Chief is on Mount Rushmore video games, right? That doesn't change. It doesn't go away. And yes, Matt, to your direct question about like Battlefield, this is a perfect example. Battlefield is much less of a franchise than Halo ever was. Now, it definitely had its moments of popularity for years, but it never eclipsed Call of Duty in any way, shape, or form, right? But there's the fan base has for years now, for almost a decade plus, said we're done with Battlefield. Great parts of every time a new one came out, another section of that fan base said, I'm done. Okay, this is it. I'm finally done. Like I'm not gonna do this anymore. 2042 was supposedly the nail in the coffin, man. Nobody ever going to come back to Battlefield again. Screw it. There's too many other games to play. We get a beta. And who shows up? All the old school Battlefield fans.
Yeah, it didn't take much for everybody to get excited. All it took was the reveal trailer, right?
Right, and that's my point. Is that Halo is a much bigger franchise in the overall grand scheme of things. And so, yes, there will always be that potential. The fans, even the ones who say, they haven't made a great Halo game
Battlefield's
ever.
point is Battlefield started listening to their community and giving them what they want.
Correct. No. My point, Jasper, that's not right. Right. But what I'm saying is the fans that said it was done and over with all came back. Halo
I'm just saying, like,
opportunity every time.
If Halo actually listens to what people want and gives them that without trying to fucking do some other shit that no one's asking for, then
that's my point.
Chance.
It's not forgotten. It's not forgotten, Jasper. It's not some freaking dead franchise that nobody gives a shit about anymore. Like that whole idea, that whole concept. That's why I laughed with that. I mean, of course, this community got excited. So that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, like Halo predates like COD and Battlefield as far as like popularity. Like I don't know when the first Battlefield game was released, or I don't remember exactly.
2000 or 2001.
Yeah, it's around the same time as the first Halo, but it wasn't. It was like a PC thing, and it wasn't like crazy. It was popular, but not like Halo. Like Halo was like insanely like huge back then. Like Halo 2, and then Call of Duty was still a good popular game before Modern Warfare in 2007. But before that, it wasn't the animal that it is now.
Modern Warfare really kicked off the Call of Duty.
Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare back in 2007 is what really launched Call of Duty into like this other stratosphere. And it was rightfully so. It was an amazing game, right? But before that, like Halo was the lone console, huge, massive multiplayer success story. Unless you go back in time to the Nintendo 64 with GoldenEye, right? And that was.
I mean, I would say that maybe Half-Life was up there for the PC community.
Yeah, but that was more about just a single player, like only. You know what I mean? So like, you had the Orange Box came out on a 360, and that had Portal and Team Fortress 2 on it. So the overall the package of all three. But before, I mean, Halo was just like in a league of its own for Halo 1, 2, and 3, and then around when 3 launched is around the same time Modern Warfare launched. And but there's still 3 is, to many Halo fans, is the best one, and that's like had lived a very long, healthy life, right, for a very long time. Then you had Reach. People loved Reach,
Not at launch though.
Not at launch. It was it was missing Chief, right? So that just pissed a lot of people off.
And then also people didn't like the armor ability stuff at the time, and all that.
But that was a great game, man. That campaign is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
one of the best campaigns, I think. So overall, like I think Halo, can definitely have a resurgence. What about you, Fuzz? Can Halo have this hype again that Battlefield's receiving now?
I think so. With them, especially from an eye candy standpoint, with them going to Unreal Engine 5, like just the sample background stuff or environmental stuff that they showed, like the one area taken over by the flood and stuff like that. I think there is that strong possibility that the hype train comes through again. But I think that might wait until whenever the next console comes out. Sure, it'll be cross-gen, it'll play perfectly fine on our series consoles, but I think it will be at its highest point when the new console and what that console is capable of doing and how it will look. I think that's when Halo will be back in the gaming media's good graces as far as stories about it and things in relation to that. But I think probably the biggest drawback was the whole Craig face thing. That's the only thing that's really tarnished it as of recent. And I think a lot of the, you know, fires internally that they had at 343, now that that's kind of, sorted, people pushed out, the team is, reconfigured, and it seems like they're on a better path now with them using a an engine that a lot of people are familiar with as opposed to that proprietary one that by the time they got people up to speed, their contract was up kind of thing. So, but all of that stuff being sorted, yeah, I think this next iteration, it'll be like the headliner or launch title for the next console. I think that's going to get it won't get to the point where standing outside midnight release level hype,
no,
but it'll be as close as you can get these days since everybody they don't really do midnight releases like they used to. But they'll definitely be at 12:01 having it pre-downloaded and getting ready to play and probably crashing the servers kind of thing. So yeah, I think it can definitely outdo the hype for even Call of Duty at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Halo's problem is just that if they give the fans what they ask for, the problem is the fans ask for too many different things. So like Halo's got to listen to the fans in some ways, but also like do their own thing. So I think they just need like a clear messaging when they start announcing the game. It's like if this reboot comes out, they'll be like, we're just doing a reboot. We have a basic multiplayer that's Halo. It feels like Halo. It is Halo. And everything else we're going to be just putting towards the next mainline game. After that, like, just to set expectations so people don't just go out there and be like, oh, there's no fucking Forge mode with elites and brutes and shit. It's like...
Yeah, they do have a tendency to oversell and overstate expectations. Like, and just coming from sales in general, that's something like you learn early on never to do is like set expectations too high that you can't meet because that just leads to disappointment and upset customers, right? And that goes for many industries. But yeah, setting expectations is just a general important thing to learn. And if you set those expectations in a reasonably, then you can exceed them. And when you exceed expectations, people are happy, even if you start with a lower mindset to begin with. Alvin hit us with the $5 super chat. Says, gonna let off a few rounds of the old Remington mod 1875 in celebration of Pong, letting people know that Halo never died. Felt proud. Right on, Alvin. Let off those rounds, bro. Appreciate you. So I got a question for you, Jasper.
Yeah.
As a big time Halo fan that you are, and I always have been, you said that like Battlefield's starting to listen to the fans and give them what they want. So what do you want from Halo? What do you want? Like, I don't know if we're going to talk about the next. If we're talking about the CE reboot or we're talking about the next mainline Halo game, but like, just what do you want? This is your chance.
I don't.
Because
yeah, I know.
They're gonna listen, and there's a chance to meet your expectations here.
I mean, I obviously want stuff more like Halo 2
Crossfire
and Halo 3
X.
era. Yeah, Crossfire X, definitely. But at the same time, it's like it's difficult because Halo's evolved so much and the gaming industry's evolved so much. It's like I don't know if you can go back to just how Halo 2 and 3 felt because it's a lot slower and stuff like that. And what this is what I want is just them to continue the Halo story and be good. But at the same time, it's like it's been such a weird direction with like Halo 5 and Infinite that I'm like, maybe they just need to reboot it like they are and start from there and not worry about what they have.
Did you think Infinite's story was good?
No.
Like, just the levels or the actual story behind it?
The actual story behind it. I don't think it just wasn't good. I hated the fucking weapon character, the new Cortana, and I don't know. It just wasn't it. And I've never liked the Banished. So I just haven't liked the direction they've been going.
Did you ever
I feel like the Banished
you played Halo Wars, right?
Yeah, the Banished art style just fucking bugs the shit out of me. It looks so off compared to any other thing that's been in the Halo universe.
Is it because of the red?
Maybe it's that. It just feels out of place in the Halo universe every time I look at them.
Okay. So you just wanted them to go just to fight the Covenant?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
But I mean, that story's been told, so it's kind of hard.
Well, they could have the Covenant resurgence. You could start with that. Like,
yeah,
like, hey, the rebirth of the Covenant or something like that.
And I think it's smart for them to reboot it and just continue with the reboot because Master Chief, his voice actor, he's not getting any younger. So eventually he's going to be like, I got to put this up. So they either need to find a way to evolve Master Chief or move on from him in some way.
There's so many stories they could tell from all the other eras.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Like they could, they would have to move away from Chief. That's always been my contention. Is like you have to wipe this. But now's the time to do it. But just to Jasper, to your point, like just if you were going to go back to that classic Halo, there's still infinite amount of stories to be told in that era.
Yeah,
like there's so much they could do that would bring it back, and eliminate some of the newer enemies and all that kind of stuff that you obviously are not alone in your dislike for sure. So yeah, no, I just think there is a lot of opportunity still there, even if you say that they've already kind of been there, done that thing. Bro, there's so much more. There's so much more.
Yeah. I liked where the Infinite story was going. I just think it ended at a point to where I was like, oh, I want to see what's next. And it was kind of like we didn't get that next moment because I was expecting it to come out with like add-on content later,
Yeah,
and it just didn't happen. But like overall, story wise, I was fine with it because I thought it could go in multiple different awesome directions from there. But what about the multiplayer, Jasper? What do you want from them for the multiplayer? And did you think they succeeded with it besides the content rollout after launch?
Yeah, I think that the Halo Infinite's multiplayer was probably the best feeling towards the more classic Halo since like Halo 3 or like Halo Reach-ish. I mean, it definitely felt more like the classic Halos with their multiplayer the direction they took. And they still were able to add the new features like clambering and all that shit.
So you basically, okay, so do you want it to be like live service multiplayer? Because like in this day and age, like how do you not do that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you have to, but I don't necessarily know if
But Battlefield's not really. I mean, because they're still releasing a game every few years, like, but they still have the season passes and all that shit still too, right? So they are.
I think if Halo does it where they don't like lock armor and like they have to find a way to where like you could earn cool stuff in game. Because that was the problem with Infinite, is like they just put everything behind $20 paywalls. It's like, oh, here's the fucking best armor that everyone always loves, like the fucking Mark II Mjolnir armor. Give us $25 for it, and then you can have it. It's like, bruh, I'm not fucking doing that.
They were trying to do the Call of Duty / Fortnite storefront kind of thing, right? Instead of just season pass style, right? So here's my next question. And anybody can jump in on this because now they're moving to a new engine, right? Halo Studios, new name. They're moving to a new engine. It's supposedly the first thing we're going to get. It's going to be the CE reboot, right? Or remake is what all the rumors are. And the rumors are also that there's no multiplayer with it right now. Is that okay for you? for any of you. Like I'm okay with it personally.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. If I think it depends on the direction they want to take the reboot. If it's just going to be like a one-off thing, then sure.
Right.
But if you're going to continue where you left off on the reboot, I think why not just add multiplayer at that point?
Because I have my thoughts on it, because like Halo has this thing where every single game that comes out has to have everything from every game ever before it in it.
Yeah.
That has been introduced in a Halo game. Otherwise, it's considered not content complete. It's got to have Forge mode. It's got to have a co-op. It's got to have, full multiplayer suite. It's got to have, a big, good campaign. It's got to have everything.
Theater modes. Got to have Forge modes.
Yeah. And if you don't have one thing, you firefight. If you don't have one thing, it's going to upset a portion of the fan base, right? And okay, but like some people are like, oh, I want sprint. And the other half of the community is I don't want sprint, right? And like half of the community is like, I want the multiplayer to be live service free to play, so that way more players get to play it, and like it's you don't have to pay for the multiplayer separately. But half of the other players are like, no, I just want them to be like old school, and like I want to pay for maps or whatever, and like do it that way, or I don't know. But like there's no, the reason I was asking what do you want, because like with Halo fans, there's so
that's what I mean.
Everybody wants everything, and
they have to listen to a certain portion of it, but they also have to make their direction clear, and that's like almost an impossible job for that.
Yeah, it's like how do you? I think Call of Duty has been so like it's always been what it is. Battlefield's always been essentially what it is. Halo has done more different things, I think, than those games, with like the Forge and with the other stuff and all these things that they've done, to where it's like if you don't have all of it, it's considered a failure. But with them moving into a new engine, I don't foresee them being able to do that. So I think what we're going to get is going to be more streamlined, focused, new experience of Halo, like a reboot. And I don't know how that's going to go over with Halo fans, but because of how they react every time anything Halo is found out not to be included.
If they can market it, the reboot is like, this is what we're doing. We're not doing anything extra. This is the game. This is what we're giving you. And if they are clear about that, then hopefully the fans will be like, oh, they've told us what they're giving us, so we don't need to expect.
Right. Instead of this is the best, biggest thing of all time.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I get you. Like,
and to your point, the Halo CE anniversary, when that came out, it didn't have multiplayer. They only put 4 maps in Reach that were remakes of Halo CE maps. And
the original Halo CE didn't have online, so it had multiplayer, but you were playing on. Now, unless you rigged it for LAN, through LAN and stuff like that, which I did, but you were stuck to 4-player multiplayer on your box, or unless you connected multiple Xboxes up in the same house, that's what we did. But so the multiplayer was amazing and it took off in its own life of its own, but like it didn't have this massive multiplayer suite and all this other shit that the Halo games added on, kept adding and adding and adding right after that. So yeah, I think it's going to be hard to please all the Halo fans, especially moving into a new engine, because also I think it'll have a different feel slightly, and I think that's going to piss some Halo fans off. But I hope for the best, man, because I want that.
Can we go back? You said what I want from Halo. I know what I want from Halo now. I want to go back to the old art direction. I hate the fucking new art direction. Just bugs me. I don't know.
So did you see the art direction for the Unreal reveal? What we talked about
it's kind of it's kind of more like that Infinity kind of look. So I don't know.
Yeah, but he's like more thicker and stuff. Yeah. People were complaining about that.
I mean, I don't care. It's whatever. Everything feels like it's too clean and shiny and plasticky now.
Yeah, you want it to be a little bit more.
Yeah.
Purple. I mean, that's like old school Halos had a lot of purple and gray.
Yeah.
Purple and gray, and
I mean, everything was just darker.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, I get you. Well, like Battlefield 2042 had this like bloom effect kind of all over the place. I don't know if you know what I'm talking. It was like everything kind of had this like glow about it, and that's gone from Battlefield 6. And I think just little things like that have an impact.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what I'm talking about with 2042.
But yeah, I recently watched a video. Someone was comparing like some of the weapons that are in both games, and like you can just tell that the 2042 models, all the guns look like they just came off a factory line, whereas the Battlefield 6 guns, they have like scratches and dirt and stuff on them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like it feels like it's used in that environment.
Yeah, it's a little bit more gritty, right?
Yeah,
but it's also crisper. Battlefield 6 is really crisp, like with the graphical detail and stuff. I was playing Battlefield 6 last week on the fucking Series S in the living room, and which I don't game out in there that often, but I put it up because I want to see how it played. Fuck, man, I got to give props to EA for optimization on that, because I honestly couldn't tell you the difference between what I was playing there and on the Series X and on the PC. Really, it was fucking gorgeous on the Series S. Smooth as butter, 60 frames, like just. And I mean, I think it was 60. It was smooth as fuck to me. So, but yeah, it was glorious on there. So props to them for that. Fuzzy, what does Halo need for you? What is it? What does the next Halo game have to have? You're not the biggest Halo fan. I know that.
Really, yeah, no, I really want to see this direction of more of a horror themed blood in
yeah.
Not explosion, but basically the area taken over by the flood, and make it not really a deep space kind of vibe, but something along those lines. Just add more horror to it with the flood, and I'll definitely be there day one.
And honestly, I think that's how you make Halo great, is if you move past what we've already come to expect and you just do side projects like the Halo horror game or whatever, expectations are out the window because you don't know what to expect from that, because it's a completely different take on Halo at that point.
Mm-hmm. But if you make Halo 6 or Halo Infinite 2 or whatever,
going to be expecting more of what you just had.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely lean into more spin-offs. I know deep down you want a Halo Wars 3, but that's probably the even though I know people will be like, oh, they're milking the IP. Let them. Like, they need to try different things. Like, this is different times, and we always get surprised by a game that we didn't see coming out of nowhere, like an Expedition 33. Now, I'm not saying Halo needs to do a turn-based RPG type of mode or anything, but if they want to give it a try, sure. But I think they have to start looking at different things. The audience that will ride or die with them for like the next Halo, they'll be there for that next Halo. But try some other things and bring Halo to a new audience that may not have given it a second look in the past. Like, I'm probably one of those players. Like, when I was on PlayStation back in PS3 and prior, I had no interest in Halo. Like, Call of Duty, sure. Halo, And I won't say that it's still at that point, but it's like some of the stuff I've seen as far as for Flood would interest me more than anything else. And yes, I'm somebody that played 5 and enjoyed 5 for what it was. But yeah, or not 5. It was 5 because that was the one with Locke.
Yeah.
But I know that's probably one of the most hated ones.
Yeah.
But for me, it was a good sci-fi game. I'm not the biggest fan of the smaller aliens that you fight. They just don't feel real. Although, yes, it's a video game. Things don't have to be grounded in reality, but that was always a thing that I don't know. It doesn't appeal to me. But something like the flood, yeah, put that as the main thing that we encounter, the main thing we have to fight against. I'll be there.
Yeah, I just want more spin-off experiences like you guys. I'll take an ODST game. I'll take a horror game. I'll take another Halo Wars. I'll take fuck it, like name it. The Halo universe, I think, is full of so much lore that we could do so many things. But I still want a traditional Halo game, right? Campaign, multiplayer.
I mean,
I personally don't give a shit if it has co-op. I know a lot of people love the co-op and stuff on it. Like, it's just a personal thing. I don't care. I think, like, campaign, multiplayer, I'm good. You know?
There was I know Ready or Not just came out on consoles and it's been kind of big. There was a mod for Ready or Not when it first came out on PC where you can make all your characters ODST. Like, I think an ODST tactical shooter would be like a really cool idea. Like a
oh, hell yeah.
But
like almost like Rainbow Six style, or like
you
want, like really grounded.
Like you go into like some of those like outer colonies where like the Covenant are just starting to come in and you just like go into a building and just kill aliens.
Covenant would be more terrifying for sure.
Yeah.
You know, like especially like first person like SWAT style, you know, going into like buildings and stuff, clearing out Covenant. Fucking get a brute come at you in one of those buildings. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy, man. I'd love to see it. Shout out to Alvin, also earlier, member for 38 months, said Infinite's Harbinger boss. OST? What is OST? Am I being stupid?
Like the soundtrack thing.
Oh, okay. Is a top 5 Halo. Top 5 Halo track. Okay, the Harbinger boss original soundtrack is a top 5 Halo track. Yes. I would have to hear it off the top. Like, I don't know. I would have to hear it right now, but I believe you. I like all the Halo music, man. Halo never gets enough credit for its music. Black John wants Firefight. I like Firefight too. I don't think they've leaned enough into Firefight after it started taking off, like after ODST.
They never fully committed to it.
Yeah, they had a Firefight where like, oh, and that we're doing Firefight in this, and they put it in their other games, but it wasn't ever like as good as ODST's Firefight, you know? So I think if they just had a awesome dedicated Firefight from the get-go and built upon that, you have great PvE possibilities with that, you know? Because that's your PvE, and you have your, you know, traditional multiplayer, you know, arena style competitive shooter, right? And then you have your campaign. Those three things would make a super fucking complete Halo game for me. So let's do it. I don't need Forge. I don't need co-op. All that other shit. So anyway, got one more topic tonight, fellers. And that is, did you see the Fallout teaser for Season 2? This is going to piss Pong off just like it pissed him off about ODST and Killzone, because we are getting New Vegas. We are getting Fallout New Vegas in Season 2.
That was teased at the end of the first season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Fallout TV show.
Why would that piss me off? Because they're still using Fallout. We're getting Fallout.
Well, we're getting Halo games too.
Not ODST.
Exactly. So we're not getting New Vegas. We're not getting a New Vegas game.
What are you talking about? We already have a New Vegas game.
Well, we already have a fucking ODST game too. What do you mean?
Wait,
I don't get it.
Wait. I don't consider Fallout New Vegas a side game though. That is a Fallout game through and through. It is not different outside of it being Oblivion's or Obsidian's version of Fallout.
Right.
It's not a totally different game from the other Fallouts. ODST to me is completely different from the other Halos.
It is. It has
It truly
different
is. How it's
tone, but
completely
it
set
is
up.
still a
How it's
first-person
completely set up.
shooter.
Sure, that basic level, yes, but I'm just saying everything else in that game is
in
completely
tone,
different from
everything.
Halo.
Yeah.
The whole experience is different, yes, outside of the shooting, right? That's all.
So you're
Fallout New
comparing
Vegas,
to like Halo Wars, how different it is. Like if we don't ever get a new Halo Wars, that's
right.
pisses you off too, right? So like if
Right,
they had
of
a
course.
Halo Wars crossover in Helldivers, you'd be
Yeah.
like, "Fuck you! Why don't we get a Halo Wars
Yeah,
game?"
of course. I want a Halo Wars
Right.
game, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so what if
Of
we got
course.
a Fallout? What if it was Fallout's Tactics? Fallout the TV show,
What are
Fallout
you
Tactics.
trying to do?
I don't know.
Wait, a turn-based TV show?
Exactly. Exactly.
Then yes, I'd be here calling it out.
It's a director adventure. You have to choose what happens.
Then I would be
next.
here calling out. Yeah, absolutely. Then I'd be here calling it out.
Turn-based TV show watching.
Oh,
You get to play one mission every week.
Okay. Okay. I was trying to figure out where you're going with this. Anyway. What the fuck?
All right, so yeah, but do we think that is where I want to go with this though? Is do we think that there is an inclination that with the TV show that they are going to maybe this will be the next remake, a New Vegas remake, reboot, or if that's possibly somebody is working on the next New Vegas style Fallout game? Maybe that's what we get next.
I think we're getting Fallout 3 remake. That's been in the rumors forever, so that makes the most sense. Because
as long as it's not canceled.
Yeah, as long as it's not canceled. But I don't think after the success of Oblivion, there ain't no way they're canceling a Fallout 3 remake because it's going to be as big as Oblivion, if not bigger. Like the fandom for Fallout 3 is fucking huge. Like people don't understand what Fallout 3 meant to people. So yeah, so I think we're gonna get that, and I do think that if that's not the in-between game that they're talking about, right? That the rumors, because we knew about that a while ago. So if there is something else in the works that's going to take place in between, the next mainline Fallout and let's say the Fallout 3 remake, which I'm assuming is going to be next year, we'll get the Fallout 3 remake, somewhere in between those two, then yes, I think it will be a side game. Not a side game, but I'm saying like a smaller version of Fallout Mainline with a different city, right? So it won't be New Vegas 2, but it'll be Chicago,
New Orleans,
New York, or New Orleans, or Miami, or something like that. Like again, we've talked about all these chances of what these cities could be. I totally think that's the direction they're going to go, and because of the success, and I do think that it's Obsidian that's working on it. I do really think that they are back at it again with Todd's blessing because of how popular New Vegas was. They proved they could handle it. The original writer on New Vegas is back with Obsidian, right? That happened last year, I think. So all the cards are lining up, all the stars are lining up. I think that's what we're gonna get. We're gonna get that Fallout again, city. Take your pick. Whatever.
Did you ever see the first season, Pong? Fallout?
Yes, remember I did watch it. And I just didn't. I thought it was okay, but I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't like
it was so popular.
Okay.
It I was like
there was some stuff that was kind of weird. Yeah,
it was good, but I was like the way people were reacting. Like I thought I was gonna be told. I was like,
okay, we loved it, but we like most of the shit that we watch and stuff. So it's like,
you could, right? Yeah. So no. I will. Will I watch it? Will I watch this? I don't have any streaming services outside of Amazon because obviously I'm a Prime member, so I order everything through Amazon. So I will watch the second season for sure because there was parts of first one I really enjoyed. I just didn't think it was as good as people were saying, but I'm happy that it is because we're going to get more Fallout. We're going to get. They're not going to let that IP sit there and rot, Mav. So yes, I am happy that it was popular.
Yeah, the hype when that show launched and how like the reception and everything just was like crazy. All the games were like seeing huge surges in numbers and stuff. And I think
we're going to probably get more from Xbox too.
Yeah.
As far as their IP goes because of the success, because Halo didn't really leave a good impression with the higher ups at Xbox over at Paramount, right? That didn't go necessarily as good as it could have gone. I'm not saying it was shit. I never watched it. And again, I'm just saying it was mixed reviews, but Fallout gave them a taste of what a Hollywood blockbuster success for a show nowadays can do. And then Fallout 76's resurgence, filling up the coffers all of a sudden, like where they didn't expect that to be the case. That means like the Gears of War projects being greenlit going forward. I think that gives us an opportunity where we're going to see a lot more from Xbox using their IP in this direction now that they kind of got the formula figured out, right?
Well, the success of the Minecraft movie too. You know,
that too,
even if it wasn't,
that was kind of
reception wise wasn't as like
it was meme success, but it works.
But like money making success, it was very successful too, and also hugely kept the the viral aspect of it.
Puts Minecraft
too. Probably, I would imagine so. And like the viral aspect of it and of everything, like just putting Minecraft in front of everybody's brains is like. Mm-hmm. Very important. So I think that was a huge success for them too. And like we watched it, like it was fine, whatever, once it came out to streaming.
All the McDonald's toys too, like
yeah. I mean, all that shit matters, like it really does. Like I think that like they're gonna keep doubling down on this stuff. But like I expect when Fallout New Vegas, the season 2 of the Fallout show, when that drops and we see all the New Vegas stuff in there, like the city and all that's like everything going on with it, I think that you're gonna have this insatiable need for the next main Fallout game.
Quick question,
to
everybody, whoever wants to answer this too, or to you, Mav, or whoever. Just thinking about this, could it be because we already know that they've got what? 3 seasons? Do they have 2 more seasons after this one? Already greenlit too on Amazon?
I think so.
I know there's the next season.
Okay. What happens if they must have a general idea where they're taking this series? What if the next game is actually based upon where they're taking the series after Vegas?
Could be.
Not the mainline Fallout, but the in-between one. What if they have now figured that out and they lined that up so that when that 3rd season hits, wherever it's going, right, they will have the side piece game, right, to match this. I mean, again, that's what you hope to do, right? That's your biggest wish, is to have that, so all the people watching the show jump in the game and get to play in the same setting that this show.
And you may even have a mission with one of the characters from the TV shows.
Correct. Like now that they've got this set up for success, like that's what I think they would do. Anybody else agree with me? Like that could be what they're planning out here, is to have that in between game to be there.
I don't know if they think that far ahead, but
I'm assuming the writers of the TV show have to have some kind. I'm not saying they have everything laid out, but I'm saying that they probably have the locale of where things are going, wherever this Vegas leads off, wherever they're going to go next, wherever the characters are going to head next for whatever reason. They've got to kind of have that laid out in their mind, I would think.
I mean, I think that's a good idea. It's just knowing how the game industry is now, like where games take 7 years to make. Like,
but we know
I don't know.
Take 7 years.
Yeah, I know. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to line up a video game launch and a TV show launch.
I'm not saying they necessarily have to launch side by side either, Jasper. I'm just saying, generally speaking, so that when people are watching that season or get done with that season, because then there's like usually a 2-year gap in between seasons, right? Or whatever. Then they have that game, like let's say the following year, or whatever the case may be, where people go right back into that same setting. That's all I'm thinking of. Like, I think that's a really good possibility if people are being smart in Xbox.
It would definitely be awesome if they did that. I just kind of like what Jasper's saying, that the timing aspect is the thing. I don't know if they could make that work quite as well. I can almost guarantee you they would have something incorporated in Fallout 76. Like, I would love for next, like before Fallout 5, whatever that in-between game is, to somehow marry up to something from the TV series, even if it can't be ready by season 3 or 4.
Right.
But I don't know. I almost feel like the video game industry is afraid to do that type of stuff. Like, even when you have a movie, like, I know this is totally different studio, totally different writers everything, but like the whole Mad Max thing, where it was supposed to be kind of the Futurosa or Furiosa world, where a lot of the colors and scenery matched up, like almost none of the story matched up. Which I guess to some extent they kind of did it intentionally, and they didn't make the character look the same. I guess because of licensing and whatnot. But yeah, I really hope, considering how well Fallout's been doing for them, that they do make that extra effort to have it where if they wind up in New Orleans or wherever the new city is, that's the one that Obsidian is working on, and hopefully we'll have. I mean, Obsidian's been pretty good as far as turning around stuff pretty quick, but it would be nice if they could have it ready by 28. I think that would be a realistic time frame for it now.
Yeah, I would think like if I was them, would have the success of the first season and the popularity of that show, I would even be inclined to start thinking about where I take the show, setting up spinoffs to other series of Fallout also. Like I don't think they should go too crazy with it, but if they travel through New Vegas in this next season, right? Or maybe they go somewhere else after that. Well, like they establish a bunch of characters that people are going to become familiar with and learn, and maybe like they want to see more of those. But hey, the main characters from this series are moved on. Well, then you could have a show come out a couple years later called Fallout New Vegas, like its own series just based around that location. You know what I mean? And like,
yeah, I mean,
you
like,
could do that with
the
Fallout. That would
Caesars,
work really well.
you had the Caesars Legion and the NPR and the Brotherhood all in that location. Like you could have a whole sideshow just with them and their conflicts or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you could do like Fallout Brotherhood. You know, like you could have a whole show just like focused around like one character, like in their journey, like on a different like. There's so many different possibilities with that franchise, and like that's the same kind of stuff you could do with Halo too. If somebody get their head out of their ass and actually know what they're doing with making a Halo show or movie or whatever, you know. But I look at it, if they did the spinoff like that or something like that, like Pong, like then when they do come out with that game, you're still multiple seasons, like it's still relevant. You know what I mean? And so the timing aspect wouldn't necessarily be as big of a thing. You know what I mean? Like, so okay, so they set up a spin-off to where they go through New Orleans, like you said, Fuzzy, or something like that, right? Okay, they establish the characters. Well, then they have another whole show called like Fallout New Orleans, and then that coincides with the game, like Fallout New Orleans or whatever. You know what I mean? It could be anything, but I think like there's a lot of possibilities there too. There's also a lot of possibilities for added content to Fallout 76, and expansions with that to new areas. Maybe a whole nother online Fallout game as well. We know that they canceled the other game that we wanted them to put out, the Project Blackbird. But that team's going to be maybe doing something else now. So who knows what it is, right? So it would surprise me if it was Fallout stuff. I honestly wouldn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, like only other news really was, hey, Gamescom. Xbox put out their list for the Gamescom content. They got 2 days again full of. What's that?
Do we have the dates for that?
Yes. Hazardor Gaming posted it earlier. Let me see if I remember to bookmark it. I probably didn't, but we'll see. Bookmarks. No, I didn't, but I'm gonna click on his name and scroll down, and I'm
assuming it's probably like the 20s, late 20s.
Yeah, here we go.
Something.
It's August 20th, Wednesday, August 20th. And on that broadcast, they will have ROG Xbox Ally, Flight Sim 2024, Dying Light, The Beast. I think there's a game called Keeper. Is that the Lighthouse game? That's the Lighthouse game, so. Right? World of Warcraft Midnight, Call of Duty Black Ops 7, Grounded 2, Hotel Barcelona, Invincible versus Invincible Versus, Chronos: The New Dawn, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, Outbound, Power Wash Simulator 2, Star Sand Island, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, The Order of Giants. So that's on Wednesday the 20th. They'll be going through those games. And on Thursday the 21st, they'll have Ninja Gaiden 4, At Fate's End, Onimusha Way of the Sword, Age of Empires 4, Overwatch 2, High on Life 2, and The Outer Worlds 2. Followed by Jurassic World Evolution 3, Fragpunk, Mistfall Hunter, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, Final Fantasy Tactics, Evilus Chronicles, My Hero Academia All's Justice, Silent Hill F, Lego Voyagers, and Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. So those are the games that they're going to be showcasing, at least on the stages at Gamescom. Usually there's some other kind of news and stuff that they pop in there too, but this is what they're letting us know ahead of time. And that's going to be at 3 p.m. CEST, 9 a.m. EDT, and then 6 a.m. PDT. So that's 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. East. Well, what's the difference? Is that Central? What's it? CEST? Am I stupid? Or is that... No, is that like Germany stuff? Is that... What's CEST?
I think that's
Central Europe. That's
Central Europe.
CEST.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then EDT, is that Eastern Daylight Savings Time?
I think so.
Yeah, Eastern Daylight Time. Yeah.
Okay, so that's like Eastern. Okay, so it's 9 a.m. Eastern. That means 11 a.m. Central. Wait,
What?
7 a.m.
No,
Central.
9 a.m. to 7
Yeah.
No,
7 a.m. Central. Wait, no, 8 a.m. Central Time. That's what I said.
Backwards.
That's what I said. That's what I said, Bong. No,
It's sometime throughout the day.
8 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Eastern, and that would make it 6 a.m. Pacific, which is on what it says on there. All right. Well, that's when it's happening. But right now, guys, we have tidbits. So that's what we're doing. This is Tidbits, a segment where we look ahead at the games releasing for the week. And what do we have to get started with, Fuzzy Belvedere? Who's on mute?
Oh, am I on mute?
Yeah, there you
Yes. Now you're back.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my computer might be acting up here. Dorframatic is the game coming to PS4 and 5, Xbox One, Series X and S this Thursday, $14.99.
Choo-choo, motherfuckers.
I love these types of games, bro. Where you do the tiles. I love that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Chill. Look at that.
Build little biomes by tile.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever played one of these.
You never played what's the famous one? Come on, somebody. God dang it. It was on Xbox 360 and it's been everywhere.
Oh, was it Kingdoms of Keplings or whatever?
No. I know what you're talking about there.
Talk about the board game.
Yeah, but they turned
Catan?
it into a Catan. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
I never played
Yes.
Catan.
Yes.
I mean, I think I may have
I
like
played so much on 360.
I may have launched it on 360 because I think they gave it away for free if I don't remember.
Yeah, I played online all the time against people. The game was so much fun.
I'm not gonna be doing that.
This next game is Drag and Drive on the Switch 2, coming out this Thursday for $19.99. This is one of their first few games with the mouse controls.
Oh yeah. I remember seeing this one.
Do you guys see people gathered around a table doing that shit together?
No.
I don't think so, but then again, I didn't think what was it called? Not soccer cars, but you know which one I'm talking about.
Rocket League?
Yeah, I didn't expect that one to catch fire. So
well, I don't think this one is. So
I think Matt was just talking about the idea of using a mouse, like the controller as a mouse around the table playing this together. Like that's just.
I just have a feeling this is going to play so bad if you actually try to play it.
Yeah. Can you imagine streaming this game?
Bro, it's Nintendo Online, and it's also like some motion control bullshit. It's going to be terrible.
All right, this next one, this is almost like a twofer. This next one is Enter the Gungeon, coming to iOS and Android this Thursday. It's free to play with in-app purchases.
Enter the Gungeon had its fans, bro. It's like hardcore shmup. A roguelike. It's crazy.
Yeah, didn't this come out a while ago?
Yeah, a long ass time ago. I think Xbox One.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
But it's finally available on your phone.
Yep.
Oh.
Totally. This is anybody who plays this shit on their phone is a freaking psycho. Okay. Like I can't imagine playing this. This game's already hard as hell. I cannot imagine playing on a freaking phone.
Well, like, what about like on a backbone or something on your phone screen?
Bro, it's still psycho on that little ass screen on a shmup. Yo, look at what's on the screen, Mav. Oh, here's Mav's game of the year.
Somehow it may have skipped the other one, but there was also an Exit the Gungeon, also coming out. Same deal. But this, let me mute it if I haven't already.
Oh, there's your Vikings.
Look at the Vikings. Look at the JJ coming out the tunnel.
Yeah, we have to mute this because of the older song that they use for this. But this is Madden NFL 26 coming to PS5, Series S and X, as well as Switch 2 and PC. I understand that they've...
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You weren't here, Fuzzy. I was just going to say, if you didn't hear the beginning of the show, if this doesn't win Game of the Year, Mav is going to riot. He says this is the best Madden in decades, and it's probably the best one ever, and it finally beats 2K. So.
Whoa, I didn't say that.
It does look a good bit better as far as the movements and everything, but
yeah, Mav was saying that they've revolutionized it with the new hit stick combo breaker system.
I said they took a
revolutionary sports title.
They took a giant leap for me with the physics. The physics feel so much better, man.
Yeah, Game of the Year. Did you guys see the filter already though? The mod on PC for this? Mav, did you see that? It makes it look realistic. You got to go look at the mod. It makes it look like you're watching TV, like NFL.
Right.
It literally makes it look like a live game. It's freaking awesome looking. Yeah.
They put this on Luna too, so like if you have Luna, you can stream it anywhere. Just letting you know, I saw that today.
Who's streaming Luna? Who's streaming Luna? Who has one? Does anybody here? Fuzzy? I know you probably do. I shouldn't say that.
No, I was tempted to sign up for it, but I don't need another subscription.
You don't need like a device, do you? Like for it?
Yeah,
no, I think it's just.
Well, they give you a controller.
They give you a controller with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, this next one.
Midnight Club. Oh, Midnight.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, Midnight Murder Club coming to PS5 and PC this Thursday for $9.99.
Oh, I didn't unmute it. Oops.
You and 5 friends are cordially invited to my mansion, but heed these words. The deck has been shuffled and the rules
This looks like the art style reminds me of the other card game with like Inscription or whatever. Is that what it's called?
Reminds me of Redfall.
deadlier than ever before. It's not just your friends to fear anymore. The shadows have grown bolder, and if you seek refuge in the dark, just remember, so does everything else. The mansion is calling, but don't come alone. Entries on the house for up to 5 guests. It is a party after all.
Yo, Thatch, member for 19 months, says great show as always. Great to have you guys back. Hey, We just appreciate you being here, Thatch. Thank you for being a member, and thank you for hanging out in the chat and watching the content. Ninja Turtles Tactics, guys.
Yeah, Tactical Takedown coming to Series X and S, as well as Switch this Thursday for $19.99. I think that's a pre-order sales price because I think it normally is supposed to go for $24.99.
I'm a sucker for Ninja Turtle stuff, so I might actually get this one. I got the other Ninja Turtles game that came out, the roguelike.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. You're a mute, Pong.
Yeah, you said that was good. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is looking great. This is already
Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War, the definitive edition, coming to PC this Thursday. It's $26.99 if you didn't own the original. It's a $17.99 upgrade if you did.
Correct. Still no controller support though. I was kind of surprised that they didn't add controller support.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is what it is. But it's looking fantastic. This is one of the
With
greatest
Steam,
RTSs.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody didn't map out a controller deal for it.
Yeah.
Without the UI stuff to help.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind these games with keyboard and mouse. I can do it. I can pull it off. I'm just not as fast, but I can get used to it.
Yeah.
So good, though. Oh,
Spartan
battles.
Spartan 661 hitting us hard with 10 gifteds.
Whoa.
Spartan.
Hey, choo choo.
Choo choo, motherfuckers. Hey, Spartan 661. Super appreciate you sending out those gifted memberships, bro. Again, support here is never expected, but always appreciated. You guys rock. Yeah, I'm gonna get this, bro. I never played the first one.
Yeah.
I never played it originally.
Oh, you never did?
RTS
Okay.
is
No.
they're
play
like
number
one of the
two?
most remastered games.
Is this? Does it have base building?
Yes, it's classic style RTS.
Okay.
Sure, Jasper, correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a long time since I played, but
I haven't
yes, you do have to
played
have
this
these.
one, but I mean, it looked like it from some of the stuff
Yes.
in the trailer.
Yes, I'm fairly certain that it's classic style. So
Relic.
Oh, Relic.
yeah, this is.
It'll be
Balancing
good.
in that game is freaking unbelievable, bro. They really did it.
How many factions are there? There's 3.
Once there was a wolf living
But
in
you
a
get all the
very
expansions too. There were tons of
dangerous
expansions too.
Now this next one is Bendy the Lone Wolf, coming to PS4 and 5, Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch and PC this Friday for $19.99.
world. Surviving
Style,
on
Mickey
anything
Mouse style.
you could find.
This is Mickey
Bendy.
Mouse horror shit.
Yeah.
No, there was I think it was called Bendy in the Ink Machine or something like that. It came out like
Okay.
10 years ago. Or something.
Okay.
I think this is almost like a remaster or something.
All this style. Style.
This is quite a bit of a, I wouldn't say a graphical update, but it's improved over the original one I saw from a few years back.
And fearing the ink demon.
Okay.
Oh, Bendy Lone Wolf.
Okay.
Massel says, when's Mouse Detective coming out?
A Brussels-based comic book
When is
Not
artist.
it?
sure. I think it's supposed to be later this year or early next year. All right, this next game is called Off, coming to Switch and PC
Off is a
for
game
$14.99 this
who was
Friday.
still a big, sweetie, ruling crybaby.
We'll
It's a
check for the mouse
Japanese-inspired
detector.
RPG where you control a
PI
baseball
mouse,
batter
for
chasing
hire, I'm
ghosts
looking it up
in a
right now, too.
cubic, strange world.
Mouse for Hire?
I
Yeah.
made this game with no other
Yeah,
ambition than to create something
Still
funny
Just shows you
for
pet
my
stores.
friends and a few people on
Still
the
saying
internet.
2025.
But it got out of my
Yeah.
control.
But no date.
and
I would
became
imagine
very
this might
famous.
be getting pushed.
The reason is that the game is somehow cursed.
As we've seen a
It
bunch of other
harbors
games
a
get pushed this
diabolical
week too.
force than I can describe.
Yeah.
This is like old
I mean,
school
if we don't see
Atari
anything
style
at
graphics.
Gamescom, it might be a while.
Hi, I'm Jack Murphy, a dev on Off.
I'm Ryan Allier and the studio director. It's been a pleasure to work with Mortis Ghost to bring Off to fans old and new.
Off has inspired many indie RPGs over the years, such as One Shot and Undertale.
Hey everyone, it's Toby. Off was a big inspiration to me and Undertale, and I hope you will take this chance to play it either for the first time or the 100th time. Oh.
Off celebrates its 17th anniversary this year, and we've worked hard to preserve its original spirit as we bring it to modern platforms.
In addition, Mortis Ghost has designed 6 new bosses.
Have you any of y'all heard of this
Plus, we have
game?
a new soundtrack, which you're hearing right now.
I've heard of
and advanced
Undertale,
combat.
and then whatever the other one, something Rune or something for the
Yeah,
part
those.
2.
Yeah, those for sure. But I haven't heard of this.
Yeah. I guess this is the
We're proud
original
to
they were
announce
inspired
Off's
by.
release date for Nintendo
Hmm.
Switch and Steam.
Yeah, my daughter actually likes Undertale and Deltarune.
Yeah.
Off.
All right, this next one is Stick It to the Stickman, coming to PC this Monday for $19.99.
Wasn't this like a Flash game?
Yeah. Since Flash is kind of
Yeah.
banned in most browsers, it lives on on Steam.
Shantae.
This, yeah, Shantae Advance, Risky Revolution coming to PS4 and 5, Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch and PC this Tuesday for $19.99.
Do they actually make new Shantaes, or is it always just a remake of an old one?
This has been franchise actually lasted quite a while now. Like, it didn't.
I know, but I'm just like, is this a new one, or is this just like a port for the Switch 2?
I have no fucking clue, Jasper. Has any of us ever played one?
No.
Has anybody in the chat ever played a Shantae?
I have. They're very good.
Yeah, but they look like they're good. I've always heard good things.
They're-
Just never touched it.
Classic. But the artwork and stuff, the animation is very.
Yeah.
Oh, this game looks awesome too.
It's Journey.
This next one,
Yeah.
the next one
Basically.
is Sword of the Sea coming to PS5 and PC this Tuesday for $39.99.
Chill ass games, but there's some. I love the Zoo. The Zoo is great. The underwater.
Is that the
one.
underwater one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Music's chill.
Everything's chill.
Oh, grinding some rails. Get some Tony Hawk action
man,
going.
You're ready. You're ready, man.
Yeah. Man, he's probably up to like 5 million points already.
Bonus on the fish.
Oh,
There it is.
yes. Let's go. Okay.
Just sold Mav. Just
My
sold
interest
Mav,
is
Mav bonus.
peaked. But for real, that looks fun. Sword of the Sea.
That dev knows their genre. Like,
Yeah.
It's
that's
like
just their
lo-fi
place.
the
So-
game.
Yeah, it's so cool.
All right, this next one is All Systems Dance, early access on PC.
Well, shit is
All
hard.
systems
Oh, here we
dance.
go.
All
Here we go.
systems
Here we
dance.
go. Here comes some Gen Z shit. Let's go. How do you feel about billionaires? Kill them all. Eat the billionaires. Yep. Dance against capitalism.
The revolution will not be choreographed. All systems dance delayed on Epic and Steam. Join the movement early. Small change in big plans. Big thanks for your support. All systems dance. Wishlist now.
Delayed to 26.
Yep. Gotta wait.
Oh, Black
Damn.
Myth Wukong. Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Finally coming to Xbox this Wednesday, August 20th. Whoa, wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. For $59.99. Series X and S.
Fuck them. I'm not playing it. Fuck them. Fuck you, Game Science. Fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
I bought it on Steam when it was on sale for under 40 for the deluxe edition or whatever.
He became a bush. Anybody getting it on Xbox?
No.
Not right now. I wanna try
Maybe
it.
eventually. Yeah.
It'll probably come to Game
Now-
Pass eventually.
If it ever gets a Game Pass,
Enjoy.
I still won't play it.
Yeah. Now, Inzoi is supposed to be coming to Mac, but it also got announced today that it's coming to PS5. Current price for it is $39.99.
Right on. Yo, Spartan hitting us with 10 more memberships. Holy shnikes. Appreciate you, Spartan661, bro. Absolutely amazing. Thank you for the gifteds. Choo choo, mother, father, sister, brothers. In the words of Boom. Choo choo, motherfuckers. Thanks, Spartan. Appreciate you, man.
This next one is Void Breaker, coming to PS5, Series X and S, and PC this Wednesday for $17.99.
Look at this.
Man, there's this, I just found this, well, I knew about this shop, but we were at the mall the other day, the outside mall, and there's this like anime collectible kind of shop there or whatever, and we took my daughter in because they have like Funko Pops and stuff in there too, and she likes to get those and stuff. We went in there, and I saw this fucking, they have this like rack of 3D printed, painted guns that are like replicas of all these fucking video games and stuff. And I was like, holy shit. Like, and they were reasonably priced too, so I don't know, I might end up getting some of those. They had a Lancer, they had some stuff from Halo, like they had an old school Halo pistol, they had a Needler in there. That does look good. Yeah, they had like some swords and stuff. Like, they had so many cool guns. Starfield guns. Like, it was fucking awesome, man. They didn't have any guns from PlayStation games because they usually don't have shooters. No, I'm just kidding. I think maybe they had Destiny stuff in there. But yeah, it was really fucking cool, man. I can't remember the name of the shop, but I wanted to give a shout out to that stuff because it was. I took a picture of it. I'll send it to you guys in the DM.
Well, yeah, now you're gonna say it, and everyone's gonna go buy it, so you can't get anything.
No, it's like a little store. And I don't know what it's called. I took a picture of the gun rack thing with all the guns. I'm actually looking for it on my phone right now. To see if I have it. Yeah, here it is. Where's my camera? You can't see shit with that, can you? Oh, there you go. You see, like there's like a needler.
Yeah.
You see, there's like a Halo.
Looks like a
gun.
Warhammer thing. Yeah.
Yeah. On the left is a
Destiny.
Lancer. I didn't get the whole thing. There was like There's some Mass Effect guns in there too. There you go. Yeah. Some cool shit, man.
The Halo AR, yeah.
You see, there's a High on Life gun.
Destiny hand cannons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that one's Starfield right there. The top one. With the white arc on it. You see that one? Very top. I'm like, anyway, yeah. I think that one's Starfield.
Interesting.
Anyway, if anybody's near the Garland area that shops in the Firewheel Mall, I don't know the name of it, but yeah, go buy some cool fake guns. All right, guys, we'll get out of here. Sorry, I'll take up too much of your time. Everybody in the chat, you rock. Thanks for being here. Hey, don't forget, we have Kate and I have a new channel. I haven't posted anything in a couple weeks, so we've been really busy, but getting back to it. It's called Sup Babe Network, where we're going to be posting vlogs and fun stuff like that, just for me and her things. And I hope you guys enjoy the shenanigans on there. But hey, Pong Soul, what do you have going on? Where can people find you?
Not a whole hell of a lot, man. Other than being busy. No, this was great. Great to be here. Awesome that Fuzzy got to jump in, and of course, miracle that Jasper gets to join us too. So appreciate you, brothers, for being here. Mav, great talking to you, of course, man. This is our one time to do it, and I love that we're back on Thursdays, but I love that we get the rest of the family together. So it's good to hear you guys' opinions and voices and get some laughs in midweek. I love this, man. So chat, again, amazing coming back after our time off and getting back ramped up on Thursday nights. Awesome to see the excitement still in this community for our favorite hobby, for gaming. Yeah, just love to see you all here. So nothing but love and respect for each and every single one of you that comes out. Thank you for all the support. Otherwise, you know how to follow me. Pong Soul everywhere. Follow me and I'll follow you back. Otherwise, Saturday morning, Living Split Screen, week 2 of Battlefield 6 beta gameplay. That's right. We are gamers first. And Steel decided let's do another round of beta. And he asked me on Twitter, and I said, yes, of course. Let's do another round of Twitter. We had the community jump in. Mav jumped in last week. Like, anybody who wants to join or jump in, swing on by. If we can get you in the squad. We were figuring out different ways of getting people in and everything else that we can do. So otherwise, if you just want some gameplay on the background, Saturday morning, Live at Split Screen, 10 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central Time. We will be there with Battle 6 Beta all over again this weekend. And then otherwise, Sundays, the Shop Podcast is back. PTK Blam's channel. So it's Blam, it's Fuzzy, it's myself on Sunday afternoons. Wait, what are we doing? God, I always do this wrong. 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 o'clock Central Time, Sunday afternoon. Be there for the Shop Podcast. And this week, he just announced today, Slow Mo Backslap will be there.
Slow-mo.
Love talking to Slow Mo. Yeah, it's been a minute since I talked to Slow Mo. So we're going to have a good time Sunday afternoon. Be there for the Shop Podcast. Again, PTK Blam's channel. Otherwise, everybody, it is the golden age of gaming. Please get out there. Enjoy whatever it is that you're doing. Have a great rest of your end of your week. Have a great start to your weekend. Play what you love. Love what you play, and I'll talk to you all real soon. Get us out of here, Mavo.
Thank you, Pong. First, before we get out of here, I got to get Jasper and Fuzzy to give their outros because I went out of order for some reason.
Yeah.
Had a brain fuck. Hey, Jasper, thanks for joining us from space again today, sir. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Oh yeah, Lord Jasper Twitter. That's the easiest way to get into contact if you want to talk. Other than that, here should be here next few Tuesdays at least. And then just going to go talk to the alien friends after tonight at work. So that's what I'm doing.
What are they up to lately? They playing any good games? Alien friends?
No, there's just a 12-mile long ship coming, but it's fine.
Oh, okay. Right on. No worries. I'm sure you'll take care of it, man.
Yeah.
Fuzzy Belvedere, and where can everybody catch your rambles and rants?
As always, this is always fun doing this with you guys. Love doing this. Love having the interaction with the chat. Thank you guys for coming out. Like Mav said, want to hear my rambles and rants on anything gaming related, just follow me on social media. Just do a search for Fuzzy Belvedere. You'll be able to find me and all the podcasts that I'm on. Like Bonk said, look forward to the Shop podcast on Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern. And then Pixelated Echoes, 8:30ish p.m. Eastern later that night. And then not Breakfast with Boom. You call it Xbox Lunch Break Special, 12 noon on Monday, and then Breakfast with Boom at 10 p.m. on Friday. Well, actually, 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. tomorrow morning for Breakfast with Boom. Hope to see you guys there. Thanks again.
Right on, man. Appreciate it. And just a public service announcement, everybody. It doesn't matter what Sean Layden's opinion is about anything. Have a good night, and I appreciate you all. Take it easy. Peace out. Bye.